OK, so ladies and gentlemen, what the question is asking. What the question is asking is which number line below represents the numbers are the solutions for x in the inequality 5x minus 2 times 1 minus x is greater than 4 times x plus 1. Now, obviously, I didn't write down all of the solutions, but you guys have those in front of you. And I will make sure that I kind of help you out as far as identifying which ones are going to work and which ones are not going to work, kind of based on what the heck is going on here? What is that?
Something there.
No, it's still good. I don't know. Something wanted on. All right. So basically, the first thing that I would write down, or I'd look to, is you guys can see that when you're dealing with the inequality, we have our solution point, which can either be open or it can be closed. So it's first important to understand, or at least to remember, what the inequality symbols represent, right? That symbol. So this represents less than, and this is less than or equal to. Where this is greater than, and this represents greater than or equal to. OK? So there is a difference between the two. And we'll talk about that when we get to graphing their solutions. But anytime you have less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, you're going to have what we call a closed point. So that means that point is going to be a part of the solution. And anytime you have less than or greater than, it's what we call an open point, where it's not going to be a part of the solution. So automatically, if you guys are going to kind of look at this and eliminate solutions that are not going to be a solution, you can say that A and D both have open points. Well, this is a greater than or equal to, so it's closed, right? So obviously, we can eliminate A and D on our answers. The next thing is, though, between those two, we need to figure out what the solution is. So when solving an equation, ladies and gentlemen, it's just like when solving an inequality, it's just like solving an equation. The really only difference is anytime we multiply or divide by a negative number, we have to make sure we flip the sign. And we always like to graph our solutions because there are going to be more than one solution. So if you guys want to go through the steps of solving a multi-step equation, which this will be very helpful for you, because that's what we'll be doing next chapter. So number one, first thing to do is to simplify. By simplify, I mean apply the order of operations and combine like terms. So order of operations would tell us to look inside each parenthesis and see, can we simplify within the parentheses? And the answer is no. So then we look to the outside of the parentheses, see, is any operation being applied to our parentheses? And you can say, yeah, I'm multiplying by -2, and I'm multiplying by 4. So we apply distributive property. So therefore, now, I want my red back again. Therefore, I have 5x minus 2 plus 2x is greater than or equal to 4x plus 4. Does everybody follow me with that? Distributive property. And again, we're still in the simplify phase. Now, again, simplify, combine like terms if you can, right? Apply the operations, combine like terms. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I can combine a 5x and a 2x because they're on the same side. Since they're on the same side, I can just combine them. 5x plus 2x is 7x. So I have -2 plus 7x is greater than or equal to 4x plus 4. All right, so now I have simplified as far as I can go, right? But now my problem is I have a variable on both sides. So I can't solve for a variable when you have a variable on both sides. So therefore, the next step is to get your variable on the same side. All right? So simply get your variable on the same side. There's a little tip that I like to do. It doesn't matter if you want to solve for x on the left side or on the right side. So really, whatever way you want to do it is fine. My personal way that I always like to do it is I always like to get the variable on the side that is going to be positive. So if I wanted to get rid of the 7x, meaning get the x's on both sides, I would subtract 7x on both sides. But then 4x minus 7x would be -3x. I don't want to deal with the -3x. So I'm going to get rid of the 4x on both sides. Or get rid of the 4x on the right side. That goes to 0. Therefore, I'm left with -2 plus 3x is greater than or equal to 4. Does everybody follow me? Last step, number 3. is going to be to solve. Okay? Now what we're going to be doing is looking at solving. Hello. Now why did I? Okay. Yeah. I think were you over here? Okay. Now we just go ahead and look into solving. All right. So solving is just like a two-step equation using your inverse operations. The main important thing is you always want to undo addition and subtraction first. So therefore, I'll add a 2 onto both sides. Therefore, I have 3x is greater than or equal to 6. Divide by 3. And now I have x is greater than or equal to 2. All right? Now, to identify what our graph is going to look like for our inequality, the basic thing that I would recommend to do, 2, 3, 4, 1, 0, is to what we do called test points. All right? So what we first do is we put our point at 2. That is our solution point. And we know that it's closed. Right? We already talked about that. Then just plug in a number to the right and to the left in for x. So 4 is greater than or equal to 2. And 0 is greater than or equal to 2. Is this true or false? False. Is this true or false? True. So we always shade towards it's true. So therefore, our solution is going to be E. OK? Anybody have any questions on that? Preguntas?